Hello, everyone. I'm Chester44, also known as Fly, and welcome to this Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity. Last episode, we completed the last of the 3 tasks we had to do to find out what the hell the Leaden Key is doing. And what we have found out is that the Leaden Key is actually the group that is behind the whole Hollowborn crisis, Widewind's Legacy. With that, we actually have to let the Duke know about everything going on. Unfortunately, also the Leaden Key is trying to blame it on Animancy. We need to let the Duke know, but in order to do that, we need to basically get in with one of the groups here. Our choices are House Domenal, the Dozens, and the Knights. The Knights? Is that what they're called? Yes, the Knights of the Crucible. House Domenal hates us. They're not going to be with us. So our choices are either the Dozens or the Knights. And I kind of want to lean towards the Knights. I want to give that a try and see how that goes. It's... both sides... I wouldn't really be able to stand fully behind the beliefs of one side or the other because of the way they are. And I gave this whole discussion on that in the past. But I think we're going to give an alliance to the Knights for now. And we'll see what happens. So, let's head over to the Knights, and we're going to do their quest line. See how that goes. We just have to head to First Fires. Alright, let's head up this way. And right into here. And now that we're here, we need to head up to the war room. That's where we'll be talking to the person. Let's head on. Okay then. Commander Cliver. I understand that the Crucible Knights are attending the Animancy hearings at the palace.
Indeed. Duke Avar looks to the Knights for prudent counsel as well as defense. I suspect our future as a city and a nation will depend in no small part on how we handle this matter.
What do you think about Animancy?
We'd be fools not to investigate it further. I've seen what those researchers in Brackenbury can do. Building constructs, diagnosing soul maladies, harnessing raw essence. There's great potential. Detractors say that it's too dangerous, that it angers the gods. Superstition and nonsense. There are risks to delving into souls, of course, but the greater risk lies with doing nothing at all while the legacy eats away at us.
Tell me about the hearings. He gives you a gruff frown.
They're progressing slower than I'd like. The Dozens raise a real ruckus whenever anyone so much as mentions Animancy, and the Domenals are obfuscating matters on purpose. Nevertheless, I'm confident Avar will see reason eventually.
I need an audience with Duke Avar. I'd like to attend the hearings.
I appreciate your help in retrieving the Forge Knight research, but I still need the plans delivered to the High Justice's courier. I'm afraid I can't address anything else until that's taken care of.
I've made a copy of Viana's research, and the High Justice has sent a courier to Anslog's Compass to retrieve it. The Dozens have gotten too active for the courier to come to Defiance Bay. And after Viana's kidnapping, we've got to assume they know about our plans. That's why I'm sending you to deliver the research. You shouldn't be recognizable to the Dozens. Yet.
We're in the thick of it now, if the High Justice is involved. Considering a political career out here, Laniara.
But after this, I expect they'll learn of your association with us, and they won't be too happy about it. Neither will the Domenals. They're trying to expand the family business, and they resent us for standing in the way. I need someone I can trust, and you've proven your integrity both in my service and in Defiance Bay.
Consider it done.
Anslog's Compass is a small lagoon just north of Defiance Bay. Your contact will be a commander named Arenroad. She'll meet you by the docks. Return to me when you've finished. The High Justice has made the expansion of the Forge Knights his top priority, which means it's mine as well.
Alright, travel to Anslog's Compass and see what we can do there. Okay, we can work on that. Let's head over. Head on this way. And we have arrived. Meet Aaron Road by the dock. Well, I see the dock over there to the southeast. Let's head down. That should be him. You there! Did Commander Clive have sent you?
Hail and well met.
The woman seizes you up, squinting against the glare from the water. You've come from the Crucible Keep, I take it. I was told you have something for me. Tell me what's happening at Fleetbreaker Castle. Her eyes narrow, but she eventually shrugs. You're obviously helping Commander Cliver, so I suppose I can tell you. The High Justice has been gathering forces there. This mess with the legacy, the unrest, and the man-eating corpses all over the Deerwood. It isn't going away anytime soon, and the dozens are using this as an opportunity for a power grab. We've got to build up strength to defend the Deerwood as well as our position here, and with these Forge Knights at our disposal, we'll be unstoppable. What's your role in this? I'm a commander stationed at Fleetbreaker Castle. I was sent to retrieve the research by the High Justice himself. And since you know what this research is all about, you can imagine how eager I am to get it back to the castle quickly and quietly. Here it is. Excellent. I should get this back to the High Justice before... She looks over your shoulder at the sound of approaching footsteps. Too late. Get ready. This man's face is twisted into a snarl. Are you mad? You hold the secrets to one of the foulest examples of animancy, and you want to hand it over to the Crucible Knights? It's an abomination. Caged souls used in weapons, and you'd give these silk stockings an army of them. He raises his axe, tightening his grip around the haft. I can't let you do this. The research must be destroyed. Raise your weapon. Kill them all. And with this, we end up with them basically with the dozens completely pissed off. And down they go. Aaron Road wipes her blade on the lining of her cape. I'll take that as our cue to leave. With the dozens growing so bold, there's no time to waste. Give my regards to the commander, and watch your back out here. Alright. Well, with that taken care of, Grimoire of a Dozen's Wizard. That may actually be useful to teach spells to someone. But anyway, let's get out of here. And head back to the keep. I'll cut it while I run there. Oh, hold on. Security reports that vicious mercenaries will attack the stronghold in 6 days. Well then, I take back what we're doing. Let's get back to the stronghold and do some defense. Because, hey, we'll see just how strong our guards are and if they are actually effective. That'll be good. I mean, we've got an ogre. We've got a bunch of guests. This should be interesting.
Last thing the Deerwood needs is
Manual
another
resolve.
foreign colony.
And here we go. The fight is already beginning. It's going relatively okay. Finish off that paladin. And there we go. Okay. So the only question I have now is, did we lose
Whole
anyone?
village in here.
We did lose someone. We lost the archer. I guess the skirmish archer wasn't as strong as I thought. Still, it feels nice to have an archer with us. So, hire another skirmish archer. But the rest of them? The rest of them actually kept their strength. And now that I think about it, since we're here, we should pick up the loot that's present here. May as well. Okay, loot should be over here in the back. Yeah, we've got Remembrance of Life's Warmth, which isn't that important, but it is a thing. And now that I think about it, let me sell some of this treasure that we've picked up here. Just to get it sold. There we go. You know what? Since we're here, I'm actually going to do a swap out. Adair, you can leave. Pallegina, you can get some more practice in. Oh, and you leveled up. I didn't even realize. Okay, Pallegina. I guess put points in athletics. Let's see. Greater lay on hands. Actually, geez, that doubles the strength of it. That's actually a good thing to have. Deep Faith modifies it, increasing that, and that is a change. I think we'll go with Greater Lay on Hands. It seems like a good idea. Okay. Put you at the front, and for the sake of having a rest here, let's grab something here. We'll go with the perception boost. Oh! You find yourself back in the space inside the grieving mother's mind. It is familiar this time, and even though you feel you have seen countless births from this vantage point, something fills you with unease. The sky has darkened, and the mist has risen from the forest to hem you in. You are trapped. You hear something. The sound is strange, dissonant, like warping metal. You grit your teeth against the noise, and yet as it rises, the eerie melody drives the numbness from your limbs and clears a space in the mist. Focus on the chimes. The noise resolves into a dull tone. As it resounds through your bones, you see that your hands are in motion. And once again, you are drawing forth life, something warm and fragile struggling into the world. The scene feels familiar, a moment you have lived and dreamed 1,000 times before, and yet something ominous gnaws at the edges. Focus on the woman's cries. The woman should be in pain, the natural pain of childbirth. You know this, but it is faint, distant, and you realize that you're soothing the pain with your mind, smoothing out the eddies of pain and relaxing her thoughts just enough so that she can still push from within, push the child forth. You are taking that pain onto yourself, but the pain has layers. One is a pressure, a familiar, welcoming pain, and the other, it is a sharp, a razor at your consciousness, more recent than this memory. And as you try to recall how you've reached this place, you feel the same hollowness inside yourself, a pit filled with the clawing winds of a biawak. The very thought fills you with disquiet, like the memory of a nightmare. Focus on the child. As your hands move, you hear the sound of chimes, clear and sharp, yet somewhere distant they seem echoed by something else. Wails of sorrow, tolling bells. It's impossible to tell. Draw the child forth. An inexplicable sense of dread fills your soul as the child makes its journey to you, push by push. A malicious presence seems to surround you, and you lean forward to shield the child. At last the baby emerges, wet and ruddy from its journey. A lifetime seems to have passed as the newborn moved from womb to world, and another seems to pass as you cradle the trembling child, waiting. The child cries out, its cry full of life, full of soul, the chime echoing in its thoughts, filling it with its welcome. The soul is blurred at the edges, as if you are viewing a soul from within a soul, but it is there. It is alive. The woman before you is weeping, and at her first cry, her hands reach out for it. Surrender the child. You surrender the child to her, something you have done many times before, and as your hands move, the dull clangor sounds, and you feel a weight hanging from your wrist. You look down and see bones, tiny and malformed, hanging from a string around your wrist. They're heavier than they should be, and as they clank together, they make a noise like funeral bells. The mother is too intent upon her newborn to pay you any heed, and so you hide your wrist behind your back. She need never know. Can't ever know. As you hide the bone chimes, you shiver, in relief with premonition at the chill wind that suddenly sweeps the plateau. Wake up.
Your mind comes bearing...
I walked again in your memories. This time they felt strange. I would see them again. Your vision gives way to waves of feeling. While you feel the jagged marks of violence you passed before, this time the path is easier. There is no resistance, and you set about casually harnessing the memories, focusing on the one you seek. There is a slow rush, a warmth, and your thoughts enter as before, circling the memory you shared when you first met. You find yourself back in the space inside the grieving mother's mind. It is familiar this time, and even though you feel you have seen countless births from this vantage point, something fills you with unease. The sky has darkened, and the mist has risen from the forest to hem you in. You are trapped. You hear something. The sound is strange, dissonant like warping metal. You grit your teeth against the noise, and yet as it rises, the eerie melody dries the numbness from your limbs and clears a space in the mist. Focus on the chimes. The noise resolves into a dull tone. As it resounds through your bones, you see that your hands are in motion. Okay, we just went through this. Slowly pull back, retreat from the memory. With effort, the scene bleeds of color, and your mind becomes your own again. The grieving mother stands silently before you. She seems unaware of what you've seen or that you've entered her memories at all. I walked again in your dreams, thoughts, and I believe your memories. A mixture of curiosity and fear wells up between you. She raises her left hand, the chiming at her wrists quelling the rise within her. She is frightened, but curiosity anchors her.
And what did you see in my memories? I would hear you speak of them.
I had other questions I wanted to ask you. Oh, what is that you're wearing on your wrist? She extends her hands, and the small chimes on her wrist sound at the motion, just as they sounded in her memories. The chimes are finely crafted, of white adra. They are wrapped around the grieving mother's wrists with tiny woven braids of hair of different colors. From white to black, brown to blonde, you feel as if you're noticing them for the first time. If the birthing chimes were given to newborns, why do you wear a set now?
There was no child to carry it.
And suddenly there is a rasping cry across your consciousness, and you see her flinch, visibly as if struck. She raises her hands, and you see the chimes draped from them, yet they make no sound as she moves. In your memory, they looked like bones.
And carry the weight of 100 deaths. I know, Watcher.
This is about the Hollowborn, isn't it?
The Hollowborn.
The same chill you felt before is stronger now, as if it's welling up around your feet, to your ankles. You feel a sudden urge to draw away, as if from an unpleasant memory.
The Hollowborn have a future. They can be saved, and the Tells spoke of such.
How would you know? Have you seen this future?
They can be saved. They must be saved. You have seen the beauty in childbirth. What good came into the world there on the plateau. You helped me recall it. It is a memory we shared. It is the truth.
In the memory, you hid the chimes on your wrist from the mother. Why? It is not what I hid, but what she saw. She couldn't know. The grieving mother squeezes her eyes shut and brings her hands to her ears. You have woven truth for countless mothers. How can I trust what you tell me? Truth is shaped by belief, by choice. It is coaxed from chaos like a child from the womb. No more equivocation. What really happened at the birthing bell?
And what would you consider real, Watcher? The truth that was experienced and remembered? Or the one that burned out only to be swept under the rug and forgotten like ash from a fireplace?
What happened mattered. Forgetting it doesn't make it any less real.
And how much of your own life has been lost to the error of memory? How many loves and betrayals were colored with the false hues of emotion? A pity to wonder how much of your own life happened the way you recall.
If you say so. I pressed her and she became evasive. I know there's more to the story, but I may have to spend more time with her in order to break through the lies she's woven around us both. We do need to do something about her. I did a quick look up online to see at what points we can continue the quest. Her quest won't be able to continue for a bit. So, for the sake of the current story,
I will wait in the place of your
I'm
strength.
going to take Aloth, because I feel like he is
How
something
may I
that would be important for the
Yeah.
story as it's going on now. With the investigation and all. So, let's head on and make our way back to First Fires. Oh dear. That's not good. There are bodies here, and defeat the rogue Forge Knights. Oh no, things are not going well. They've made Forge Knights, and the Forge Knights are hostile. Oh, this is worrying. Well, let's head in and see if we can deal with this. And, yep, there's bodies.
Let's go!
Do what you can. Save the Justicar. Aim for the joints. Well, this is very worrying indeed.
Let's go!
Your Forge Knights aren't actually working as well as you'd hoped, it seems. We'll clear out every room we can find here. Okay, nothing in there. None in here. There any in the training room? Yep. Get on them. Oh, these counts as vessels. Interesting. That might actually help out with Pallegina a bit. Okay. We finished him off. Now we have to go speak with Commander Cliver. Unfortunately, it seems one of the Justicars fell to it. Oh boy. Well, Cliver, you're gonna have to explain what the hell just happened here.
Eh?
Because whatever
How may I
happened, something tells me
Eh?
this isn't what you wanted.
1 minute. My Justiciars were training the Forge Knights. In the next, they were being cut to pieces. But the survivors owe their lives to your skill. You fought valiantly, worthy of any seasoned soldier. In fact, I'm naming you an honorary Justiciar. As a reward for your service, please accept this blade and armor, worthy of a Knight of the Crucible. If there's anything else I can do for you, you need only ask. I'll send word to Fleetbreaker Castle immediately. We clearly didn't understand the Forge Knights as well as we thought. For now, we'll have to continue recruiting the old-fashioned way.
That might be for the best. The Forge Knights are obviously too unpredictable to use safely.
Knowing how firmly you stand by your principles, I'm glad you agree with my assessment of the situation. And if I'd listened to Dunstan, none of this would have happened in the first place. I won't make that mistake again.
About that invitation to the Animancy hearings.
And we'll be glad to have you with us. Avar will no doubt find your presence persuasive, and we need all possible support to see that he gives Animancy a fair chance.
Indeed. Dunstan, you have anything to say? No, only to sell. Well, we did get a couple items. We got Shame or Glory. Extra accuracy when below a certain amount of endurance, extra damage when below endurance, extra accuracy granted to an ally attacking the same target. And it's a fine sword. It's not exceptional, but I think we can give it a go. And the armor, Crucible Knight Officer Armor. Yeah, that can be sold. Also, I just realized you, Aloth, can learn things from here. Arduous delay of motion, and nothing from that one. Well, we can speak with Lady Webb, now that we're actually in. Also, let's just sell these items here. There we go. Plus, I've got a better sword now. I forgot I actually upgraded that sword with some things. I could actually make it exceptional. Which sounds like a good idea. And I'll give it this as well, so we can do some corrosive. Can I do Kith Slaying? I can. May as well. There. That seems to be all the upgrades I can get. I can make it Durgan Refined if I wanted. But since that's so rare, I'm not going to. Still, we've got upgrades. Very nice. Okay. And with that, I'm going to go ahead and end this episode here. Next episode...
The Crucible Knights have their ambitions, but the stability of Defiance Bay is foremost in their mind. The Dukes are thinking only of their trading assets, not the long-term health of our partners in the Deerwood. If Defiance Bay falls, all we will have left are overland routes. Not much comfort.
I don't want to see anything bad happen to Defiance Bay either. Good. When we tell the Duke, I hope he believes us. Indeed. Anyway, as I said, next episode... There is actually... yeah. No. I need to take a look at something. Next episode, we might be going to take care of the whole thing that needs to be dealt with here. And we might actually go in and take care of the thing with the Duke. Or there is something else I'm curious about that we never actually did. In fact, I'm going to go and take a look at that in the next episode. So we're going to take a slight detour in the next episode. Till then, I'm Chester44, also known as Fly. That is Laniara, Palagina, Kana, Durance, Aloth, and Sagani. This has been a Let's Play of Pillars of Eternity, and I shall see you all next time.